So now you're just on the ground, on your knees, surrounded by 5 guys, as you like it. And see if I can shove it into a shark's mouth. Sabrina Carpenter, please collab. Thank you for subscribing to our OnlyFans that we just created.
What?
You didn't know about that? Hello and welcome to That Goes Awesome, the only podcast where everything goes awesome.
Oh, how you doing, Austin Ray? What? Or how you doing?
Tate McRae?
Tate McRae. No.
What? What is happening?
No, how you doing?
Sabrina Carpenter?
Nope, not Sabrina Carpenter. How are you doing? I'm almost there, but you keep interrupting me. How you doing? Charlie D'Amelio? Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
I know my TikTok women.
Apparently not. It took you like 6
I got there.
Speaking of...
No, why did you do that?
It was the first thing that came to mind. But like, that brings me to something. This is an extremely important question. Have you seen the house tour music video from Sabrina Carpenter?
I have not.
The second we're done with this podcast, you're going to go upstairs and watch that. It's like walk into a GTA strip club for the first time.
I can't watch it down here.
No.
I gotta go.
No.
Okay. Why?
No, there's a lot of women in that music video.
Okay. I haven't even heard the song.
The house tour song?
Yeah. Is that a new song?
No, it's been out for like months.
Maybe I would like recognize
it. She just
if I
made a
heard
music
it.
video. You probably would. It's a banger, I'm not going to lie. But everybody on TikTok is like talking about how crazy the music video is because there's like a lot of cheeks flying in that music video. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
We gotta tell one of our homies, our Sabrina Carpenter lover friend.
Which one? We have a bunch.
The one with the Sabrina Carpenter poster hanging up in his bedroom right now.
He took it down.
What? Why would he do that?
Because he's talking to a woman.
That's valid.
It was like such a vivid memory of I say vivid memory like it was a long time. It was like last week. He was like, man, I gotta take this poster down now because I'm talking to a woman. He's like, I don't want her to like FaceTime me and see it in the background. No,
that's so
it's because
funny.
They were sending pictures back and forth, and he's like, I don't want to like take a picture and like her see that in the background. So he took it down.
Dude, you gotta commit to it. You gotta leave it up.
I think he puts it back up at night. Like.
He needs like one of those like shutter thingies where you like pull it and it like flies down. Just send it back up. That'd be so fire.
Yeah, he's probably seen it. I mean,
he's probably watched it a few times.
He probably has.
I've not actually like watched it. I've just seen so many clips on TikTok because people are going like feral over that.
Okay, let's do a blind reaction. Right now.
That would be really funny. I was going somewhere with that and completely forgot. Oh yeah, it reminds me like him and his Sabrina Carpenter poster reminds me of all those people who like thought the peak of humor was getting like an American flag with Gibby from iCarly on it back in high school. You remember those times?
Yes.
I saw people walk in with some of those like to school. My favorite was one time somebody walked in and it just like had like it rolled up like a scroll and went and it said "Don't tread on me" and it was like Gibby holding an ice cream cone or something like that. Like
man, shout out to Gibby.
Shout out to Gibby. I learned a fact about Gibby like 2 days ago. The guy who played Gibby,
I feel like his name was Noah something.
It's Noah Monk, I think.
Yeah.
He was told. He was under the impression that Gibby was a one-off character. It was just for that episode. So it's this like young Gibby who's like super stoked. He said he was really excited to work with Miranda Cosgrove because she played in Drake and Josh. So he was like stoked to be there. And he's like 12, something like that. I don't know. And he thinks it's gonna be the only day. So like he's like being as friendly as he can, being nice. And at the end, like he's leaving set and goes, "I love you guys," and like everybody just thinks it's so funny and like adorable. And then like the episode came out and everybody loved Gibby, so he became a series regular.
Oh,
which that's kind of fire.
That's awesome.
Gibby is the second best character from that show.
And the first best is Guppy.
Guppy slaps. Every fourth word.
Every fourth word.
We quote that. Okay. Every few episodes.
Like every fourth episode.
Who do you think the best iCarly character is?
Okay, I think it's Spencer.
It's gotta be Spencer.
It's Spencer.
It's gotta be. I saw an edit of Spencer today.
Close fourth, T-Bone.
I like T-Bone. Always putting his stick in stuff.
Yeah. Amen, brother. Socko. He was never a character.
Does he ever appear?
I don't think so.
I feel like this one time he did. He reminds me of London's dad in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh.
How he just like randomly appears sometimes,
So,
but he's always got like guards.
Did you
around
ever
him.
watch the iCarly reboot?
I watched the first like 4 episodes of it, I think.
I didn't watch like all of it, but like just following like what happened, it was so sad that like they canceled it when they did, because I think they finally got to the part where like Freddie and Carly were getting married, and then
I didn't know that was happening.
yeah, and then they just like canceled it after that.
I was immediately thrown off whenever like people like Sam were in it,
Yeah.
which I know she has a reason for not being in it. She wrote a whole book about it, basically. But like, it's just like she was one of the main cast members, so not having her comes back. It feels like you shouldn't even do it in the first place.
Yeah, I see that like with a lot of reboots, because they're trying to reboot all kinds of things, like Victorious, like they're trying to reboot that, but like just Trina.
It's just Trina, who was like a side character in the
Yeah.
original show, and a whole bunch of new people. I've seen their names. It's like awful. Hang on, I'm gonna look that up real quick. You keep talking about reboots and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but there's literally I can't even think of. I feel like there was another like mainstream one that like they were just. It Wizard of Waverly Place.
Yeah,
were
they
they
have
trying
like
to do
Beyond
that?
Waverly Place, and it's like just the brother and like his kids, or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, come on, man. Just Justin, I think.
I think that like Selena Gomez did make an appearance.
Yeah, she like produces the show.
Is it,
I
like-
think she's gonna be a main cast member of this third and final season, though.
I mean, I get the idea of them trying to like reboot and like get all this hype back because like people were so into these shows, but I think it just goes back to what you were saying a second ago. Like, if you can't get all the main characters, like, come on, because it's just not the same. You're not gonna find the same audience that like wants to go back and watch it if they're just missing a whole part of what made the show what it was.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. They did the same thing with Malcolm in the Middle, like literally 2 days ago, where they released like 4 episodes of a reboot. First of all, a reboot of only 4 episodes. Why are you doing it? And like what they couldn't get one of the cast members back, so they like recasted him and stuff like that.
So there wasn't even a middle. It was just Malcolm like
Malcolm was
tangentially to
there.
the side.
But well, they had to get the recast so they could keep it in the middle, I guess. What other? There's been some other bad ones, but before we continue on to that, I have to tell you the names of the Victorious reboot characters. So obviously Trina Vega is a substitute teacher, I guess is what it is, and then I think the main girl's name was Emmy.
Emmy?
Yeah, and then Pepper. Quest, spelled Qwest. Oscar, and then this is the worst one. I want to say the full name is like Jenna Z, but they call her Gen Z.
What?
Like, what?
That is not real.
Why are we doing this? Like, what is the deal here? But I got the cast pulled up here. It's like an actual thing. Unfortunately,
Maybe I'm just unk. maybe I'm not the target audience anymore. So people younger would like want a character named Gen Z. I don't know.
See, that's the thing is like, if you're making reboots, I feel like the target audience is kind of only the people who grew up with the show.
Yeah,
right?
that's a good point. But also, it being Gen Z, that is us. Like, we are Gen Z.
We are Gen Z, yeah.
But we don't like. We're not like Zoomers.
That 6-7 stuff, we get that.
That 6-7 stuff, we don't get that.
But
I feel like her name should have been like Gen A. Gen A. Gen Alpha.
that happened like a long time ago, didn't it?
What do you mean?
Gen Alpha,
Yeah. But like, that's the generation under us, right?
something like that.
Yeah, so her name, instead of being Gen Z, it should have been Gen A.
I guess I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm cooking.
I'm just not happy about any of it. I just, how are you gonna have Victorious and not have the person whose name is in the title?
Yeah, and I feel like I remember reading something where like she would do it.
I think most of them said they would do it.
No offense to Victoria Justice, but what is she doing nowadays? Like, I feel like they could. A lot of.
I see your posts a lot on like Instagram and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but that's about it.
I think the only one that's really been that successful, obviously Ariana Grande, that's obviously, but other than that is like Leon. Is it Leon Thomas? Yeah, who played Andre? Like,
Yeah, him and the guy who plays Beck.
yes,
He's done some stuff.
because Beck is in that new show with Liv and Maddie girl.
Duff Cameron.
Yes.
And he played my favorite character in the last Resident Evil movie, which was absolute cheeks, and he played an absolute terrible version of the character.
You mentioned the Sabrina Carpenter video. Have you seen the 56 Days, the new show with Beck? I can't remember the actor's name, and Duff Cameron.
No.
Same vibe.
A lot of butt?
Same
A lot of
vibe. A lot more than that.
Oh.
between those two. If you ever fantasize that.
I haven't. But thank you. Just in case I ever feel like fantasizing that, I just go watch the show instead.
I think it's on Amazon Prime. That might not be true. I might just made that up. It's on something.
We don't gotta advertise it.
Okay.
We can advertise ourselves here.
Speaking of advertising ourselves.
You can't do that. You cannot start a transition and look at me. You gotta finish this part. This is all you, man.
Speaking of advertising ourselves, I'm going to do that right now and say that you should subscribe on all platforms. Because the podcast is now everywhere. We're on Amazon Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
We're everywhere that matters.
And YouTube. I'm curious, where do you think the most people are listening to this on?
YouTube, for sure.
Yeah,
It's
I
always
agree.
been YouTube.
But that's an issue.
Is it?
Because the other platforms matter too. And there's people on those other platforms who don't even know we're there because you're not supporting us on all those platforms. So you gotta help. Like, this is a transactional thing, okay? Listen, we could sit here and yap on this podcast all day, but we don't want to record it all day if nobody's gonna listen to it. Because it takes up a lot of battery on Christian's phone.
So true. We need committed listeners like Lena Lauren
Yes.
who are willing to get in the nitty gritty, make us do stuff like give each other wedgies on camera.
It took a while, but you eventually got it.
It took a long time, way more time than it needed to. I was trying to get it to happen too, man.
I was trying to get away from it as long as I could.
I know you tried to like pawn it off on me last second.
Yeah, but we both did it. Okay, Christian, I had a question.
Yeah.
That I was thinking.
Okay.
Because I was trying to think of things that were funny.
Okay.
And I was like,
Not you.
well, that's
Sorry.
mean.
Sorry. Go on.
I pick you up a lot, right?
Like,
well,
driving?
Yeah,
Or,
driving.
picking
Like, I
me
used
up?
to.
Yeah.
At least. I would like always, and like I'll text you and be like, I'm on my way, or like sometimes I'll text you and like say I'm here.
Yeah.
And that's just like a normal like a Snapchat message or something, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was just kind of brainstorming, like, what's the funniest ways you could tell somebody that you're there, instead of just a text message. Like, I thought of like the idea of like what if I tweeted at you? And I was like,
At Christian, I'm at your house.
yeah, like stuff like
A
that.
picture of like my address. Like,
Can you think of any more?
I've got to give a shout out to that one like classic like 1940s like horn where it's like I feel like that's a banger.
Yeah. Or okay, what if like instead of just texting you on Snapchat, I like posted on my story and added you and was like, at Christian, I'm here.
I like how your way of having a good entrance is to make it like public. I'm gonna go live on TikTok and invite you to my live, and then whenever you like whenever you turn your camera on, I'm like, look outside.
See, you know I like things in public, but I mean, there's other ones that's not necessarily public. Like, what if I like trained a carrier pigeon?
That's fire. Why did we get rid of those? That's so much cooler.
We need to bring back carrier pigeons.
That's so true. How do they work? I think we've talked about this before, but you just look at them and you're like, you know where to go.
I don't know. I'm not.
Because you let Zazu outside, he's going somewhere.
I don't think he would.
You won't send him anywhere, but he'll. Like,
I really think he'd come back.
he probably would come back. You couldn't get him to like send a message to anyone.
That's true.
Like, how do they do that? I'm gonna look that up too. Hang on, keep talking.
Okay, you're just gonna look up carrier pigeons?
Yeah, I'm gonna look up how the carrier.
Okay,
pigeons
well,
work.
I want to try and think of other ways that are kind of funny to let somebody know you're there.
Why did this come up?
I was just thinking.
In what way did you like?
I was like, how could I tell Christian I'm here in a funny way? I like. What about the idea of like making a YouTube video, like a private YouTube video? And it's just like you saying I'm here, and like you send that person the link. It's like an unlisted YouTube video.
Dude, that reminds me.
Wait, that's a good idea. What if I just did that? Then I could like reuse it for everything. Like I record a video, make it unlisted on my YouTube channel, and it's just me saying I'm here, and then I send everybody the link.
Carrier pigeons navigate home using a combination of magnetic, visual, and olfactory cues. They use magnetoreception to detect the Earth's magnetic field for orientation and use visual landmarks such as roads or rivers for navigating familiar routes. They don't fly to a new location, but only go back to their original home.
There is no way you can read that to me and try and convince me that they're not robots.
You're lying to me.
They're not from the government.
This is false. The government created the birds.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Carrier
Yeah,
pigeons,
that makes sense. They use magnetoreception to get home. Yeah, now I get it.
That makes a lot more sense. They're not real. They're from the government.
I'm more confused than I was before. Whenever I thought they were just like, hey, go here.
They use the
Earth's magnetic pull? The heck do you mean? Like,
that's awesome. Carrier pigeons go awesome.
What if we, like, had carrier pigeons again, but we use them for, like, the Google Maps camera?
Ooh.
Because you know how they got the Google Maps car?
Yeah.
One of those drove past me the other day. I only hope I'm in it.
Hey, you like repping the merch.
I used to go on Google Earth all the time and like look up my house and see my house.
Yeah.
And then realize how ugly our area looks from the sky view.
Well, I told you I went on Microsoft Flight Simulator and flew over my house.
You did not tell me that. That's fine.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to see what it looked like.
How realistic was it?
That's pretty realistic.
Really?
Yeah. I flew all around the town, flew around campus.
They're about to release that in VR.
Oh,
on PlayStation,
really?
And I'm gonna get it just so I can fly around this area.
It's really cool.
Because it sounds really cool.
The controls are really hard, by the way. I don't know if you've played it.
I haven't.
Or if I'm just bad at video games.
It's like a simulator, like an actual simulator.
It's hard to control. I just wanted to see what it looked like.
No, yeah, I want to try it for sure. But that reminds me of how, like, as a kid in school, I used to like get on the school iPads and search up Area 51 on Google and thought I was doing like the most illegal thing ever. I thought they were gonna get me, man.
Man, in school, when I used to like have iPad time, I would just look and play 50 Stack the States.
Your obsession with the states is horrendous.
I just love geography.
You did that thing like a couple weeks ago where you learned every single country in the world.
Yeah, and how cool does that make me?
The complete opposite.
That makes me so cool. If you pointed at any country on a map, I could tell you what it is. And that's awesome.
See, here's the thing. As someone who doesn't know all the countries, I could point at any country in the world and you would say it and I'd be like, that's probably right, even if you weren't right.
But I am right. Doesn't that mean something?
To me, no. To you, someone who has like the freaking 50 Nifty United States song on your Spotify, like I guess it means something to you.
I also have like the Yakko's World countries.
I have that. I can't lie. I got that one. I got the periodic table song.
But that one, the Yakko's World, like the original one, doesn't even have all the countries.
It doesn't, no.
But there was somebody who made an updated version. I listened to that one.
Reminds me of like the Pokey Rap.
I've also listened to the song where it's like, it's Africa by Toto, but it's all the lyrics are only countries of Africa. It's so funny.
I was on the That Goes Awesome YouTube the other day and saw that in the search history. It was one of the only search things, so we don't really use it. And it was just Africa. And I was
sorry. You know who it was. Yeah, but okay, anyways, we're getting away from the topic. I asked you what were funny ways to let somebody know you're there, and you just started talking to me about science.
And carrier pigeons.
Yeah.
Which I think is valid. I think the funniest way to let someone know you're there is by using the Earth's magnetic pull to find your way to their house.
Like send Morse code.
I feel like I use my one like trump card of the silly little horn. I do like the old TikTok trend of like where you like pull your phone out in like public places and then you look at the camera and you're like just talking and you're like having a normal conversation and then you go, help me, like screaming in public places. I would like to do that outside your house one day to let you know I'm home. You ever seen that?
I have no idea.
I did that over the phone one time. My friend was like ordering Papa John's, something like that, and I started screaming from behind the phone like, help, he's got me locked in here, something like that. Like,
so what if we made like an entire podcast to like tell somebody that we're there and then send it to them?
Like bring the couch to their front yard and sit on it, and we just like record like this. You're like, hey,
hey, hello and welcome to That Goes Awesome.
Hello and welcome to Zach's house.
That's awesome. Where everything goes awesome. Where there's a Sabrina Carpenter poster.
Not anymore, apparently.
Well, we were
loser.
We were trying to not expose who it was.
I wasn't gonna say it. You just did.
It's okay. If you've listened this far, you deserve to know.
You gotta know the truth, man.
Okay, anyways, Christian, since you're not going to give me any better answers than that, why don't you tell me what we're doing today?
Okay, so I know you haven't played Dungeons and Dragons. You probably think you're too cool for it, which you're not. D&D slaps. To be fair, I barely played it either. But I played a lot of games about it. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give you a very, very basic scenario, like one sentence, maybe more, like slightly more, of a situation that you're in. And I'm just gonna let you do things. And I'm gonna, on the iPad, have a 20-sided dice pulled up.
Okay.
If you get below a 13, 2 to 13 is like, okay? 1, absolute trash. That's the worst you can possibly do. 14 to 19, something good's happening. And 20, best possible scenario for that situation.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do is I'm just gonna give you something and you're just gonna get out of it.
So this is very similar to the Nice Try game.
It's pretty similar, but it's more it's more of a game in the sense that like your failure is based on actual chance and not me saying random bullcrap. So you're in a bank.
Okay.
A man walks in with a gun.
Whoa. Okay. Do I work at the bank? Am I just?
You're in line.
Okay.
Like everybody else. Guy walks in immediately. He's like, "Hey, everybody, get out on the ground." And then he goes up to the teller and is like, "Open the vault." Everybody's on the ground. There's a team, but not a big team. Probably about 4 or 5 guys.
Okay. I've taken more.
Whoa. We'll roll for that later.
No.
So now you're just on the ground, on your knees, surrounded by 5 guys, as you like it. And you're going to give me how you get out. Just one little tiny action at a time. Like you can be like, I look around to see what I'm working with, that kind of thing. Just any question.
Okay. So I'm on the ground, all these people come in, and I look around to see what's around me.
Okay. We're going to roll a perception check, as they would call this in D&D. You got a 10. So it's, it's the middle of the road. So you can't really move much because there's too many dudes around, and if you try to like fully get up to look around, they're going to get mad. So you can only see what is in front of you in just the little corners of your peripheral vision. So out of the about 5 dudes in there, you can see 2 of them. You're facing the teller station right now. One of the guys is preoccupied, and he's looking at the teller, trying to get stuff. The other guy is looking around at all the people, but you notice that occasionally he turns around. What do you do next?
Okay, so I wait until he is looking to the other side, and I want to try and reach my hand over the counter so I can hit that like emergency call button so the police can come.
Okay. So first you have to manage to get over to the counter.
I'm close enough.
You're close enough? We'll find out how close you are.
I got long arms.
We'll find out how close you are. Okay. You're pretty close to the counter. I'd say you're about 5 feet away. So with a quick enough movement, you're able to get over there. So you have now made it to the counter. And now you're wanting to push the button?
Yeah, I want to push the button. I want to push the emergency call button.
So now we're going to roll, I don't know, a dexterity check to see if you're able to quickly click this button while the guy who was at the counter that is holding the other person at gunpoint somehow does not see you. Stealth check, maybe. I don't know. So we've got a 9. So you start to reach over the table, and you do successfully hit the button. However, the masked man who was holding the other person at gunpoint has now looked over at you and seen that you were doing this because you knocked over a pencil case. And he now sees you. What is your next move?
Okay. So he immediately turns his gun towards me, and I just hit him with I just duck.
You just duck.
I just duck out of the way.
Agility check. Oh! Yeah, it's an 8. You get smacked straight in the noggin.
Oh!
Not quite, doesn't hurt quite bad enough for you to fall down.
Oh.
But it hurts enough that you've stumbled back a couple feet.
Okay, yeah, but he hits me just enough to where it actually gives me some momentum. So I use it to do a back handspring to get out of the way.
Okay. Agility check. Acrobatics check. 13. You, in your completely inexperienced way of doing a back handspring, it doesn't look pretty, but you do manage to land it, and you are now out of the way. You are farther away from the man who has a gun. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Good job putting space between yourself and the guy that has a gun.
Okay, so I'm away from the guy with a gun.
Yeah.
Oh no. But I created just enough space, and I have watched enough wrestling to know that I can just hit him with like a big old spear, basically like a tackle. Like, so I duck a little bit, so like I'm lower down, and I just charge at him, and I'm gonna take him down.
Okay, we're gonna give you a history check. How well do you remember this wrestling move that you're trying to pull off right now? A 4!
No!
So you begin to run at this man, and the pins that you knocked off of the counter, you have now slipped on him and face planted directly in front of the man with the gun.
Oh, whoa! Oh, sorry, sir.
I like how you're acting out now.
Sorry, sir. Okay, now, so I'm on the ground in front of this man. I'm gonna untie his shoes. I'm gonna untie his shoe. No. I'm gonna try and tie his shoelaces together.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm down on the ground in front of him, and
he has a gun pointing straight down at you right now.
Yeah, but at this point, he thinks I'm a little like silly. He's not taking.
He's kind of giggling right now.
Yeah.
And the 4 other guys that also have guns, they're just kind of watching this happen.
Yeah, they are. But I want to go for a quick little tie of the laces.
Okay, sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
16. You successfully do it. He is caught up in his giggles from watching you absolutely eat it on the ground that you were able to manage to slip and fall. And as you were falling, you went like this. Put your hands in front of you in the same motion that you fell. Then you tied his shoes so that he wasn't actually sure what was happening because he was stuck laughing.
Because I'm a magician in another life.
So now that his shoes are tied together, what are you going to do?
Okay, and I'm at his feet, so I just quickly stand up, and I make myself wide. I like grizzly bear, you know, like
grizzly bear style?
If you see a brown bear, you like make yourself big, because it's like grizzly. And so like I make myself big, and in that motion of making myself big, I am able to knock the gun out of his hands.
Okay. I don't even know what you call this one. Another dex check. Oh, 10. Okay. That's not great. What happens in this situation? He is completely startled by your little grizzly bear technique.
I even roar too.
You roar. Okay. That changes things. Because his shoes are tied, he stumbles backwards and barely managed to catch himself before he falls. However, you did manage to hit the gun, not fully out of his hand. He is now holding it with one hand, and he's going to try to get his second hand back onto it.
Okay, but in my motion of scaring him back with roar, he stumbles back towards the counter, and the teller is able to grab the gun.
Okay. Am I rolling for the teller now? The teller is an absolute natural, and he is a trained Navy SEAL, and
he's just now helping.
He was also very entertained by this entire process. He now takes this gun and manages to shoot 3 of the 5 men in there.
Okay.
They're leaving only the guy that has stumbled and fallen down, and the guy that is watching the exit to make sure no cops get in.
Okay, so at this point, I'm an inspiration for them all. I have given this teller everything he needs to protect us, and I have inspired all these other customers around me to rise up against these villains, and everybody starts coming up, and we're making like a mob. We're like all ready to go, and we're not worried about Shoelace Guy.
There's only 2 guys, and you're forming an army right now, right?
Yeah, we're not worried about Shoelace Guy. He's just on the ground.
He's on the ground. I can't get back up.
But we're making a mob to storm this last guy. That the teller just can't get a shot on him. He's like far away around the corner.
So I'm rolling a check for the entire mob.
So you're rolling a check on the mob to see if we can make our way towards this guy and take him down.
15. Okay, so
15 of us survive.
A few lives were lost along the way. However, you do manage to take out this final guy. You have now pushed him out into the streets where the cops are able to apprehend him.
Okay, now there's only one guy left. He's the Shoelace Guy.
Are you going back into the building?
I'm
You're
going
taking
back
care
in.
of this yourself. Yeah.
I'm going back in.
The trained Navy SEAL needs your help.
Well, no. He doesn't need my help, but I just want you to roll for this. I go back in and just I start teabagging him.
Whoa, what even is that? Hang on.
I teabag the guy that's on the ground.
15. Both nuts slap his forehead approximately 4 separate times. You stand up. You hit a nice little victory pose. Because of you, you have saved the day and this bank.
Okay, that's a pretty good story.
Congratulations on finishing that one. So now I give you the option. Do you want to take the iPad and the dice and tell a story yourself? Or do you want another shot?
Let me give you one. Okay. So, you're in a bouncy castle. No, I'm just kidding.
You're a submarine and the zombies around.
Okay, so let's say you are in... I want something encased in water. What? You're in some type of
Another
box.
submarine?
No, you're like okay, let's say a shark cage.
I'm in a shark cage.
You're in a shark cage. And they're sharks. But you're safe in the cage until you realize that the people that's manning the boat above you, they all just left.
Well, no longer attached to the
No,
boat?
you're attached to the boat. They just like took another boat and left.
They got out of the boat?
They forgot you were there.
That gives me opportunities. Okay, I got that.
They forgot you were there. So your objective is just to get out of the shark cage, get back on the boat,
and then leave.
So
my first natural move is to give it a little bit of panic, look around, see how many sharks I'm dealing with right now.
You rolled a 1. So you are in dire need of some help because you're surrounded by 207 sharks. 5 of them are hammerheads. That doesn't matter, but
only 5. There's 207. Only 5 of them are hammerheads. You're good.
The rest are all gray whites.
All of them.
Well, there's a couple others, but wait, it doesn't matter. Detail doesn't matter.
They can't even like all fit around the cage.
You see nothing for miles.
It's just sharks.
Deep ocean,
just
like
sharks.
just shark. It's like barely even any water. It's just shark.
Okay.
So what do you do?
I take a glance around the cage, see if there is anything in here with me.
You got a 1. So there is absolutely nothing with you. Like, you honestly don't have any chance to survive because there's nobody controlling the thing to pull you back up. You're just in an empty cage just surrounded by sharks. And also, your oxygen tank is running out. you're like pretty much have no oxygen left.
Okay. I'm gonna check the cage and see if I'm able to locate where the latch is that can lead me out of the cage.
Okay. Got an 18.
Okay.
So you found the latch. I mean, that's it.
You don't have anything for me?
Yeah, I mean, you found the latch. It's accessible, but what are you gonna do with it?
How quality is it? Like, how old is this latch?
Got a 3. It's a really old latch.
It's a really old
So
latch.
you know exactly where it is. You can even reach it. But it's a latch that is barely hanging on.
Okay. I'm already running out of oxygen, so my strategy here is to take the tank off and smack the latch with it to see if I can make it bust open.
You rolled a 2. So you take the oxygen tank off and you bust it open and you break the latch. That's good.
The door doesn't open.
No. It wasn't the latch to the door. It was the latch to the top of the cage that was holding you up. So you break the latch, and now you're free falling down into the deep abyss.
Okay. I'm going to see if I am skinny enough to fit through any of the bars.
Okay. You rolled a 3.
What is happening?
You should have skipped breakfast and lunch and supper because you were way too fat to fit through those bars.
Okay, I've got nothing to work with. How am I rolling this poorly every single time? Okay, with my still rapidly declining oxygen that I have managed to put back onto myself, I'm going to take the tank and see if I can shove it into a shark's mouth, maybe causing a small explosion.
You rolled a 4. So it gives you an explosion, but it doesn't do anything. It just completely ruins your oxygen tank.
Okay, that sucks. I'm going to take some of the metal shards and start swiping at the sharks.
The metal shard, you rolled a 12. So the metal shards, they work. They're able to get some sharks.
Just a few.
I mean,
I don't want to do much with
a
them.
few.
Now I'm going to use my shark knowledge to see if maybe exposing more blood on these sharks will make them turn on each other.
You roll a 16. You know a lot about sharks.
Yeah, cool.
So you use that knowledge, and these sharks start fighting each other.
Cool.
Because some of them are bleeding, and now they're less focused on you. They're more focused on each other.
Okay. Now that the sharks are riled up, I'm going to start taunting one mercilessly and see if I can get it to bite my cage.
You rolled a 7. So you taunt him, and he comes after you, and he does come and bite your cage, and your plan works, but he gets a hand in the process.
He takes my hand
He
off.
takes your hand. Your left one.
This happens often. I lose my limbs in water a lot. So now that my left hand is off, I'm going to start shaking it around like this to make a tornado of blood, to make the sharks even more angry and see if I can get them all to start eating my cage.
You rolled a 20. It works flawlessly.
Yeah.
All the sharks, they start attacking the cage. The cage comes open. You're able to squeeze out. You're out of the cage at this point. All the sharks focus on each other, and you're out.
Okay, I'm going to do my best Michael Phelps impression and try to swim for my life straight up to try to grab that chain to climb out faster.
You rolled a 14. You're able to swim almost all the way up, but you make it, and right before you get to the top, you're like trying to get that breath, but you just can't make it because a shark gets your toe.
Okay, I'm going to, with my other foot, kick the shark's nose as hard as I can.
You rolled a 4.
He gets my foot too.
So he just takes the foot, and now there's another shark on the other foot.
I got 2 sharks?
Yep.
So, I'm still holding the chain? I made it to a chain? Is that what the plan was? Okay. I am now going to try to grab the bottom of the chain and whip it at the sharks, both of them at the same time.
You rolled a 19. It works flawlessly. You whip them away, and you grab the chain, and you're able to pull yourself up to the boat.
Okay. Now that I'm on the boat, I'm going to look around to see if the keys are in the ignition.
You rolled a 15. The keys are in the ignition, and you're good to go.
Cool.
Man, you're getting really unlucky.
How did I roll 2 1s in a row? Your lowest number was like an 8.
That's insane. Well, that was a fun little game.
I like that game. You know what other game I like?
What?
Basketball. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch that one.
If you haven't watched the 2016 recreation, if you haven't watched that video, check it out.
If you haven't found our fan page yet, go check that out.
Oh my god, I can't believe we have a freaking fan page.
No, as we talked about in the last episode, I think that's truly what we've made it.
That is us making it.
Now the next step on the ladder is to get a collab with Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, that's the next step.
No, that is the next step. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
it's not a large step.
Right after you get the fan page, you have to collab with Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, no, it's like scientifically proven. That's the method. Maybe we can get in her next music video.
Oh, I like that idea. Because we can dance.
No, yeah, we can absolutely bust it down. If you've ever seen our TikToks, you would know that. If you haven't seen our TikToks, what are you doing? Come on, do better.
Do better.
Sabrina Carpenter, please collab.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening every week. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for preferring me over Christian.
That is not even true. Have you seen our most liked Instagram?
I didn't even finish saying it before you.
I gotta snap back. I'm not gonna let you dog on me.
Okay, but like I didn't even get it out. Like I didn't even say the whole thing.
Okay, say the whole thing.
I mean, no.
Oh no, I'll wait my turn.
Thank you for believing in us.
That is not what you were saying.
Thank you for supporting each of us equally.
Thank you for subscribing to our OnlyFans that we just created.
What?
You didn't know about that?
I pointed. I was just going with it, and I'm like, what? Okay, we got to get off the couch. Christian's getting a little anxious. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.